What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Grind. Joining me today is Dominic Honey Badger Mazzotta. How's it going today, Dom?
I'm doing good. Bro. How you doing?
Not too bad. To kind of kick things off, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm 32 years old. I'm a professional MMA fighter that fights for Bellator MMA. I'm one of the top-ranked guys. I got a fight October 26th in Connecticut, and yeah, that's what I do. Fight people for a living.
October 26th, you take on Patchy No Love Mix. How do you see yourself in that fight?
I think it's gonna be a good scrap. I think I'm the more, well-rounded, more seasoned fighter. So he's undefeated. But I don't think he's been tested like I've been tested. I've been in there with the best guys in the world. Everybody that I've lost to has been, is either undefeated, a world champion, or, really good, has a really good record. So, records, you can be undefeated, but that don't mean nothing, man. Everybody in this sport takes an O, and this time his O got to go. That's what I feel.
Right on. So, what would you say you feel your keys to victory are in this fight?
I think keeping my back up against the cage. He likes to get the underhooks, shoot in, get the underhooks. He's tall for 35, so he can kind of lift guys up. I'm sure he's stronger than he looks. He's a little skinny kid, but I think keep my back on the cage, controlling the center of the octagon or the cage. Putting him on his back. If we are on the ground, being on top is definitely where I want to be. And just beating him to the punch, man. Being smarter. It's going to come down to, I think it'll come down to probably the third round. I'm either going to finish it in the third round or I'm going to be up so far from the first two rounds that, the third round will, be just like, kind of like, I'm always looking for the finish, but I think I'll be so far up in the third round I won't have to take too many risks in the third, but I can see me finishing it probably in the third round.
And how would you say it feels knowing you're the next guy in line to be able to dethrone the let's say the thing?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
How does it feel knowing you're next in line, being able to dethrone the possible next big thing?
It's just another day. I've been fighting for a long time. I've been in this game for, close to 10 years. I'm a black belt, multiple martial arts, black belt in jiu-jitsu, brown belt in taekwondo. I've been training, fighting since I was 5 years old, whether it be on the bus, in the playground, in the streets, in the competition, in a cage, in a kickboxing match, in a jiu-jitsu fight. I've been in so many big moments that I really don't let it think about. I really don't think about that. I really just think about the task at hand that I have to do and what I have to do to get myself prepared. Kind of have a different mentality for this fight because I'm always real confident going into my fights, and I'm always real thinking that I'm untouchable. I always think tell myself I can't be beat. This dude ain't this dude ain't that. He ain't not this good, not that good. But for this time mentally, I kind of took a different approach to it. I kind of telling him in my mind that this time I'm telling myself that he is better than me, that he's working harder than me. Because usually I'm thinking myself I'm working harder, and I'm building confidence, but taking just a little bit different approach is just to see how it goes. I heard Mike Tyson say that he's scared of his opponent, so I'm not going to say that I'm scared of him, but I'm telling myself that he's better than me, that it's going to come down to conditioning, and it's going to come down to heart, which I know I have more heart than every fighter in the division, and, I'm just taking a different approach to push myself this time.
And sometimes it changes pretty good. So after this fight, where do you think it'll rank you in your weight division?
Honestly, I think, every fight that I'm fighting right now is a top 7 guy. I was ranked 7th. I think it should put me in the top 5. I mean, he beat one of the top guys. I'd like to fight James Gallagher next. Even he fights literally directly a month after this fight, and if his opponent doesn't end up being able to make it, I'd love to fly to Dublin and do that fight. I've been calling him out for a while. He acts like he don't hear me, but I know he hears me. Caldwell, that'd be a good fight next. But really, I'm not looking past this fight. I don't ever like to look past fights and say, what if this, what if that, because anything can happen. I could win this fight and get hurt and be out for a year. I could lose the fight and, someone else gets hurt and I got to fill in and win that fight. This game is so unpredictable. I just take it day by day and focus on what I can control, which is me, pushing myself as hard as I can, going to the gym, traveling to the right places, getting the right coaches and the right training partners I need, and, keeping my nutrition and my diet where it needs to be to make weight.
For sure. And for this fight, is there any change in the training schedule for you, or is it all the same?
Well, it's a little bit changed because he's a southpaw. So I've been really going with pretty much a lot of southpaws. One of my main training partners is a southpaw, so it wasn't too hard to find. We have a lot of them here in Pittsburgh. I'm going back. I'm gonna be up your way in a week. I'll be in Toronto for a little bit for this camp. I also did my last Bellator fight. I did it up there. I was really balancing going back and forth from Florida and Canada, but right now where I am, I think for right now for this fight, Canada is the best option. And then I'll talk to Henry Hoof and the guys down Hard Knocks and see about the future going back down there. But yeah, the Bat Factory is always gonna be my home gym where I train every day. Keeps me in shape, keeps me ready to go. That's my game. And my head coach Isaac Greeley's here. He's always with me. I've been working with Cody Garbrandt's Uncle Bob Meese. Uncle Bob, he's a pretty good boxing coach. So, I've been really just focusing on real particular things, on not keeping it pretty basic, and just, focus on a couple different things and just trying to execute them good. And, like I said, I'll be going up Canada, working with Southside Boxing, Evan Borge. So, normal stuff. Not changing too much.
Cool. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can come visit.
Yeah, man. Really the 5th.
Okay, awesome. Well, that looks to be all the time we have today, Dom. But before I let you go, is there anyone you'd like to give a quick shout out to? The stage is all yours.
Yeah, man. My coaches, my sponsors, everybody that helps me out, my teams. I'm not gonna say any names, but yeah, thank you for everybody that helps me out. It's all good. Come check me out on Instagram. It's I just changed my Instagram name, Dominic, or Dom the Honey Badger.
Yeah.
So check me out there.
All right, cool. I was just gonna ask you that. So
my man,
it was awesome catching up with you, and we'll have to do it soon.
Yeah, man. Good show. Talk to you soon.